Hey world, Barry here from Restore Prehab. We are going through our tool kneeling hamstring sliders today. So hamstrings do a lot more than just deadlifts. They need to work in a lengthened state, they need to work in a shortened state, okay? Quite often we can be quite dominant with our hamstrings over our glutes, and there's a whole range of balance and dysfunction bits and pieces come in there. So with the tool kneeler, if you're not on a nice grass mat and you don't have sliders, that's not a problem. Hard floors, simply use a cotton t-shirt, that's sweet. If you're on a carpet, just get a nice glossy magazine. Equipment is neither here nor there, okay? So with the tool kneeling, make sure that that downward leg has got something nice and soft underneath the knee. We want to get nice and tall. We want to make sure that that pelvis is tucked and those glutes are engaged. We start then with leg out in front. And we're going to get to work both sets of hamstrings, so we're going to be working our right and our left in this motion, okay? Key thing is make sure that pelvis is nice and level to start off with. It's going to feel like you're a little bit unstable. All this posterior chain is working, okay? We don't want a rounded back, or we don't want to be shunted too far forward. Keep everything all upright. Start off with slow and low ranges of motion, okay? Speed is not king, quality is the main focus here. And only go as far as you feel comfortable to start off with. It can be quite taxing. So once we're here and we're nice and solid, we're simply just going to lengthen that front leg out as far as we can get it. And as we get to that end range, we're going to slowly take that pelvis forward at the same time, starting to work that hamstring as it's going from shortened to lengthened, and this hamstring is working on a lengthened state to keep that body up and stable. Once we've gone as far as we're comfortable, we're going to start pulling that pelvis back using this left hamstring, and at the same time start curling or shortening that right one. We're trying to keep everything nice and even and square. We don't want to be here, we don't want to be like this, pushing out, popping off that side, we don't want a leg coming across here. All in one plane of motion. Do it again. We're going from a shortened state to a lengthened state, and as we're getting towards the end of that range, we're just going to let those hips gently come forward. Make sure we don't crunch up in the back of the in the low back there. Keep it nice and straight. And then we're going to pull and pull. If you're getting stuck all the way out here, we're going to need to engage that core a little bit more to take some of the weight out of this leg. Should glide nice and slowly. You swap over, you can do exactly the same on the opposite side. So again, so you can see that set up nice and level and square. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips, hips over that knee. Slowly lengthen as we're getting towards that end state. Let your hips drift forward. Contract, contract, pull it in. Give it a go, let us know how you get on. See you on the other side.